Alright, so I'm going to start off with my eyes, and I'm going to use the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. This is being re-released this month, and that's why I wanted to use it, because I haven't used this on camera since maybe the spring. And I'll leave any video I have with this palette down below if you guys want to check it out, if you want to get it during the re-release, if it doesn't sell out in like 10 minutes like it has in the past. And I'm going to go in with the shade White Peach, which is just a really white shade for all over. And I did already prime my eyes. I used the Benefit Air Patrol. And I just like this because it neutralizes any coloring on my eyes. And I'm going to go in with a couple different shades for my transition shade. And I'm going to start off with Peaches and Cream. This is a really, really light peachy color. You don't need this. I just do it out of habit. But it just adds a little bit of color. And then I'm going to go in with one of the darker brown shades. And I'm just going to use the same brush. And I'm using the shade Puree. And I'm just taking a little bit and I'll build it up if I need to. And I'm just putting that right on my crease. And I'm just going to leave my crease the way it is for now. I'm going to use some MAC Fix Plus on a flat shader brush from Morphe. And this Fix Plus spray is not spraying like directly. So it's like a little too wet because it doesn't like spray like a normal spray. But I'm using the shade Luscious. And this is like a bronzy color. It's like a bronzy champagne color. So it's not too brown because I want my eyes to be pretty neutral, but not like super, super warm. And I always like to do my crease color and then like any darker color afterwards. And then if I need to apply more on my crease, I do that too. So that makes my eyeshadow like basically halfway done. I'm just using that first brush without any extra product to make sure there's no like harsh edges on my crease color, especially when I use Fix Plus. Sometimes it's just like a streak because the pigmentation's so intense. So I'm just grabbing a more precise crease brush that has like a more angled tip, and I'm going to use the shade Charmed, I'm sure, and I'm just using like a little tiny bit, and I'm going to use it on the outer part of my eye, and I'll build it a little bit in depending on how things turn out in about 5 seconds. Sometimes I decide to do like an outer V, and sometimes I just want like a little bit of deeper on the outside without like that look of like a darker cat eye on the outside. So I think I want this kind of more natural, so I'm just kind of swirling it in circles so it's not like a harsh edge, and it just kind of blends up and out. I'm not going to do winged liner, I don't think. I put it on my table to do it, but I'm not going to do it because I think I just want a really like simple, if you can call this simple, eye look. I don't want like a lot of fuss to it because I want to do something that's like a little bit less time consuming. And yeah, we're basically done with the eye look. I'm going to put a little bit of gold, I think, on my eyes. So I like to take a pencil brush, and I'm using the shade Nectar. I really like this shade. It's like a honey color with shimmer. And I'm going to put that on the inner corner of my eye. And it's so subtle, but it's really pretty, especially because the lid shade is more bronzy, so I wanted something that had a little bit of gold to it so it's not too much of like a brown eye look. It just adds a little bit of dimension since everything's really neutral and more subtle. And I'm going to put a little bit of eyeshadow on my brow bone. I'm going to use White Peach again. I'm just going to put that more precisely to clean it up. And I might just go in with like the littlest bit of Nectar, just a little bit. Just for like a really slight shimmer that's barely existed. I don't want it to be very pronounced. And then that's basically it for the eyeshadow. So the eyeshadow's done. I'm going to use my favorite eyeliner, and it's so little now. It's from Maybelline. It's in Glaze Toffee or Toffee. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. But it's the waterproof gel pencil. And this is the third one I've gone through. And I'm definitely going to get a fourth one because this is a really good formula. So I just use it on my bottom lash line, and I'm also going to put it on my top like waterline, but just like at the outer edges so it doesn't close off my eyes completely. For mascara, I'm using the Falsies Push Up Angel. I did a whole review on this on my channel, and it's not my favorite mascara on its own, but it's one of my favorites for under falsies because it coats each individual lash and it keeps them looking individual, because if my lashes get clumpy under falsies, it just makes them look even more like falsies, like in a bad way. So this is good, especially when you apply falsies on top of it. It has like a lash to hold on to or sit on top of. So for falsies, I'm using the Cocoa lashes in the style Misha. These are some of my favorite lashes. I just love lashes like this that are bigger in the center instead of winged out. Like I have these lashes that I like that are winged out, but they're more subtle, like where they flare out at the end. I don't like those as much anymore because I have smaller eyes, and lashes like this that are more pronounced in the middle are better for my eye shape because I have smaller eyes and they open up my eyes a bit. Okay, so lashes are done, and I just went back in with the eyeliner and I just put it in the inner upper corner because I don't have lashes. My lashes don't start until like almost midway. I have like no natural lashes. So it helps make it like not look so naked in the inner corner and not like a space of skin and then a lash. So it kind of disguises that a little bit with eyeliner in the inner corner. Moving on to the face, I'm going to use the Hangover RX primer, like I do pretty much every day. I'm actually going to use the Essay Edit one as well on my forehead a little bit, but this is like a moisturizer. So I'm just going in with the Pore Vanishing Stick from the Essay Edit, and I just use it wherever I have bigger pores or wrinkles. I'm going to use it on my laugh lines. I wonder if that does anything. So I always get like creases of like parentheses of powder right there. I wonder if that's going to help at all. I don't know if that's a good idea. I'll let you guys know. So I'm using the same foundation I've been using for a while, the Anastasia Stick Foundation. I'm using some of the Maracuja drops from Tarte. You guys see me use these on Instagram all the time, and I'm just going to do like 1 or 2 drops. And the only thing I really like, or like the biggest difference I think, is the application. The finish is pretty much the same, like in terms of how long it lasts, how it wears throughout the day. I just really like that taking that like 2 seconds to apply the drops on my foundation before I apply it saves me a minute of blending, because this foundation's a little bit drier. So it's a little bit harder to blend out. And I know it always looks like I'm putting on so much, but it's a very lightweight foundation. And once I buff it out, it ends up being pretty sheer. Then I'm using the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector from my VIB haul, and I have been using this every day because it's my new favorite corrector. It's really creamy, really easy to blend out, and it does make a pretty big difference without like caking up under your eyes. And for concealer, I'm actually going to use the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. I haven't used this that much because I've been running out. I actually just repurchased one the other day. You guys saw on Snapchat I was at the MAC store like 2 weeks ago, like over Thanksgiving I believe. I'm going to use actually one of the Tarte drops. I tried this the other day and I really liked it. So I'm just using one of the drops from Tarte, and then I'm just going to mix that onto a brush if I can find one. So I just mix that on the back of my hand and just applying it, and it just goes on so much creamier. Because this foundation, like usually like I apply it like that and I have to blend it out right away because it dries so quickly. But this helps smooth it out a lot. So I'm just using my e.l.f. powder to set under my eyes. And I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me powder all over my face. I'm not going to cream, contour, or anything, so I'm just setting the rest of my face. I'm just going to use a powder contour, and I'm not going to do anything too heavy. Like with my eye look, I'm doing a bold lip. I just want this to be like a little bit more casual glam because I'm not going to go anywhere on Christmas. I'm going to stay at my parents' house, so I don't need to like really chisel out my face. I don't know about you guys. And I'm going to go in with my Lorac kit. I use this all the time. I don't know if I use it so much on camera. I probably do. I probably use it like in half my tutorials, but I actually probably use this every day. So I'm using the yellow and beige highlighter together. I use it under my eyes pretty much every day because my skin is so yellowy, and I feel like people aren't using yellow powders as often anymore. But I'm so yellow toned that I feel like it doesn't look like stark yellow under my eyes. It looks more natural. And I use the beige down the side of my nose because I'm not really good at contouring my nose, I don't think. And I'm actually just going to use the contour shade. I think I'm going to use most like probably the little of the light and the medium together. And I'm also going to take just a little bit of the Too Faced bronzer. I've been using it every day, so I just like the look of it, the Sweet Tea bronzer. I've been mostly using just a lighter shade. I'm just going to use a little bit around the edges of my face because it makes it a little bit bronzier and shimmery, which is pretty for winter. And before I finish the rest of my face, I am going to finish off my eyes. I'm going to use, let me see. I am going to do Caramelize on my bottom lash line. And then I think just mascara, and I'm good on my eyes. I feel like doing my bottom lash line like really finishes my eyes because it's so simple. So adding like that shimmery brown shade like helps a lot because this is a very rounded eyeshadow look. So it like completes the circle of my eye shape. And mascara, I'm using the Make Up For Ever Excessive Lash Best Bottom Mascara ever. This is awesome because it makes my lashes super curly. That bottom mascara just helps so much. It makes my eyes look done because they are done now. So it just helps a lot, especially with like a simple look. And I'm going to use Concept from the Tarte palette. It's more of a mauve shade that has a little bit of peach to it, since this is a peachy kind of eye look. I've also gotten the habit of putting a little bit of blush on my chin. I'm not sure why. I just remember my mom used to do that when I was a little kid, and I just started doing it. So I'm going to use a couple different highlighters, I think. I'm going to use ColourPop Lunch Money. This is like a champagne gold color. It's really pretty. Not used it in forever. I was scared when I swatched it that it was going to be hard because I haven't used it in months, but it's still really creamy and it's really pretty. It's also something like I'm applying this on top of powder because it dries to powder. But I'm also going to use another highlighter, I think. Yeah, I'm going to use another highlighter on top of it because it almost acts like a primer for highlighter too. And to finish my face, I'm using Becca Opal. This is like a champagne gold, really pretty lighter highlight. I haven't used this in forever because it's basically broken. But this was a highlight I would use all the time last winter because it's just like a good like winter glowy color. And lastly, for my lips, I'm using Too Faced Melted in Lady Balls. I mentioned this in my holiday favorites tag. It's just like a super red color. And you guys know I don't really wear bold lip colors too often, or if I do, I wear like vampy lips. But red lip colors I haven't worn like since last Christmas, so let's see how this looks. I have worn it a couple of times, so I know I like this shade, but I just don't wear red lips very often. I Okay, so that's everything for today's video. I hope you enjoyed today's makeup tutorial, and please let me know what your favorite holiday lip color is in the comments down below, especially liquid lipsticks. Like, I'm looking for a good like wine colored or burgundy shade, something like what's on my nails right now, something for the holidays or just like for the winter time. Let me know what your favorites are in the comments down below, and make sure you're checking out my description bar for all my social media links, as well as a holiday giveaway that ends I think at the end of this week, so make sure you're entering that while you guys still have a chance. And if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll talk to you guys soon in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.